From Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping three-pointers to WNBA veterans struggling to keep up, here's everything you need to know about why WNBA players are scared to play against Caitlin Clark. Caitlin's impact on games is undeniable. Opponents know that once she gets hot, it's nearly impossible to cool her down. Her scoring streaks can be devastating, often turning close games into blowouts. This relentless offensive pressure leaves even seasoned WNBA players scrambling to find ways to contain her, and most of the time, leaving her totally unanswered. Coaches are often forced to alter their defensive plays just to try to deal with her. This can totally throw off their entire game plan, sometimes even having 3 players just trying to guard her, which still isn't enough. One of the most significant aspects of Clark's game is her deep shooting range. She's not just dangerous at the three-point line, she's a threat several feet beyond it. During the 22-23 season, her average distance for three-point shots was about 25 feet, which is 4 feet beyond the standard three-point line. Defenders are forced to guard her far outside the perimeter, which opens up the floor for her teammates and creates more scoring opportunities. This kind of shooting range is rare and forces opponents to make difficult defensive choices, especially in the WNBA. But what really sets Clark apart are her record-breaking stats. She's not just good, she's setting new standards in the sport. During her college career, she shattered numerous records, including the all-time NCAA Division I scoring record previously held by Pistol Pete Maravich. We all just need to remember, these statistics are more than just numbers. They send fear down the spines of her opponents. Knowing they are up against someone capable of such feats can be incredibly intimidating. Her ability to score in a variety of ways, from deep threes to driving layups, makes her one of the most versatile and feared scorers in the game. Some sources say she even puts most of the NBA players to shame. Clark's scoring ability isn't just about putting points on the board, it's about how she does it. I mean, she has an incredible ability to make difficult shots look easy. Off balance, under pressure, with defenders draped all over her. It doesn't matter. Clark finds a way to score. Call me a fanboy if you want, but her resilience and consistency is what makes her a nightmare for defenders. They can do everything right, play perfect defense, and still watch helplessly as she drains another bucket. Let's not forget about her playmaking skills and how that also contributes to her scoring skills. Clark isn't just a shooter. She's an excellent passer with great court vision. This means defenders can't afford to focus solely on stopping her shot, mainly because she can just as easily set up her teammates for easy baskets. This dual threat makes her even more challenging to defend against. Another critical factor is Clark's confidence, especially under pressure. Big games, tight situations, clutch moments. These are where she shines the brightest. She thrives in high-stakes environments, and her ability to stay calm and composed while delivering game-winning performances is something that frankly scares the hell out of her opponents. But, as we know, physically, Caitlin really needs to step it up and stand up for herself. She just gets bullied on the court. Caitlin's performances on the court have created numerous viral moments where she has outperformed veteran WNBA players, highlighting their vulnerabilities and bringing them under public pressure, and honestly, embarrassing the hell out of them. Clark's debut in the WNBA was nothing short of spectacular. She quickly made headlines with her performances, including a viral moment in her debut game where she sank an epic long three-pointer, showcasing her remarkable range and cool under-pressure demeanor. Selected as the first overall pick by the Indiana Fever in the 2024 WNBA draft, Clark has already started to reshape team dynamics and fan expectations. One moment that comes to mind with the fear of public embarrassment is with Kennedy Carter of the Chicago Sky. During a game, Clark's agility and shooting accuracy left Carter struggling to keep up, resulting in a series of plays where Carter was visibly outmatched. These moments were widely shared on social media, highlighting the challenges even seasoned players face when guarding Clark. The scariest part of facing her is just simply knowing she's going to pick you apart and embarrass you in front of the world. Clark's ability to also perform in clutch moments just adds more pressure to her game. She thrives under the spotlight, often hitting game-winning shots or making crucial plays that turn the tide of a game. For example, in a game against the Washington Mystics, Clark scored 30 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, and provided 6 assists, making a strong statement about her capabilities and potential. This capacity to perform in high-stakes situations forces opponents to play at their absolute best, knowing that any mistake could lead to a viral highlight reel moment, and not the good type. The psychological impact of facing Clark cannot be overstated. I mean, opponents need to be aware that playing against her involves not only physical and tactical challenges, but also the risk of becoming the next viral victim of her on-court pressure and skill. This fear can lead to increased anxiety, which can potentially affect their performance and decision-making during the game. What makes Clark so intense, though? Well, just like Kobe and all the greats, it's her competitiveness and work ethic. Caitlin Clark's intense competitiveness and relentless work ethic are key reasons why WNBA players are scared to play against her. Her drive to excel on the court is evident in every game she plays, and her work ethic sets her apart from many of her peers. Clark's journey to becoming one of the most feared players in the WNBA began long before she was drafted. Even as a young player, she displayed a massive commitment to improving her skills. For example, she was known to have intense training routines and would often be the first to arrive at practice and the last to leave. This dedication was evident during her high school years, where she once scored 60 points in a single game. Her competitiveness is not just about her desire to win, but also about her relentless pursuit of excellence. She has a reputation for being highly competitive in all aspects of life, from sports to board games. This drive is a key part of her personality and has shaped her approach to basketball. On multiple occasions in crucial games, Clark's aggressive play and incredible determination led her team to a decisive victory. Her ability to dominate both offensively and defensively often leaves her opponents struggling to keep up. Clark's work ethic is also reflected in her training habits. She continuously works on refining her skills, whether it's improving her shooting accuracy, enhancing her court vision, or working on her physical conditioning. All of these things just add more attention to someone who will be soon one of the all-time greats of the WNBA and a clear rising star. After saying all of this, though, what have other WNBA players actually said about Caitlin Clark? Diana Taurasi, a veteran WNBA star, has been vocal about Clark's potential and the challenges she faces as a newcomer. Taurasi highlighted the reality check that comes with transitioning from college to professional basketball, noting that while Clark's talent is undeniable, the level of competition in the WNBA is a significant step up, but she can handle it. Jewel Lloyd of the Seattle Storm, one of the league's top players, praised Clark's scoring ability and her competitive spirit. Lloyd emphasized that Clark's shooting range and court vision are like that of a young Steph Curry, drawing a parallel between Clark's impact on the women's game and Curry's influence on the men's game. Kelsey Plum, another top WNBA player, has remarked on Clark's work ethic and her ability to handle the physicality and speed of the professional game. Plum acknowledged that Clark's presence in the league has been a game-changer, bringing more visibility and excitement to women's basketball. Glenn Taylor, the majority owner of the Minnesota Lynx and the NBA's Minnesota Timberwolves, commented on the Caitlin Clark effect, referring to her ability to draw large crowds and increase viewership for the WNBA. Taylor noted that Clark's popularity and marketability are boosting the league's profile significantly. These comments from various figures within basketball highlight Caitlin Clark's remarkable talent, her impact on the sport, and the respect she has garnered from both her peers and basketball fans. Her journey in the WNBA is closely watched, and her performances continue to validate the high expectations placed upon her. Caitlin Clark has quickly become one of the most talked about players in the WNBA, drawing significant attention and comments from both her peers in the WNBA and notable figures in the NBA. Her name in the very near future will be one that everyone knows. But for now, all we know is that this is why all the WNBA players are scared to play against her.